கத கேளு கத கேளு நெசமான கத கேளு சுவையோடு சுகமாக உருவான கத கேளு ஜவஹர் ஹரி நாராயண கதைய நல்லா கேளு இந்த 50 வருஷத்துல என்ன கூத்து போட்டான் பாரு. Do you guys know what happened on June 14, 1972? I certainly don't because I was not born yet. But I did Google this up. Apart from two innocuous things, some IRA meeting and a tropical storm, Agnes, over the Yucatan Peninsula, nothing exciting was happening in the world. That's when Jawahar was born to two amazing people here in Chennai. I got to know Jawahar only when he joined college. In fact, that's another story, but I'm so glad about that accident. He and I ended up being roommates. If only those walls could talk. They had fantastic stories to tell. We had a great time, spent a lot of time outside of college, really, whether it was the tea shop or where we spent most of our time in the cultural scene. For us, Damsharads was life. We made a lot of money and had the greatest fun. We would do words like vituperative in 3 seconds or Somerset Mom in 5. We, in fact, did this movie or book in 1 second. Who's Harry Kellerman and why is he saying those horrible things about? But what we could not complete was Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Frickin' SNR College. We lost really badly there. Joe kept saying Star Wars 3, Star Wars 3. We'll keep debating about that all the time. But we'd always take time to find some tea shop, Rendi Tea Aata. Jabbar would love to lead, even though sometimes we had no idea where he was going. For example, he got the girl, and that's how we got to meet the amazing Lali very, very early in college. He was also into cosplay, or social day as we called it, and he kind of encouraged my another roommate Sai to do cross dressing as well. He was in the football team, he played tennis, he also was the editor of an amazing magazine Shrishti that we started in college. Jawahar was also our local Karagattakarn and he would perform a dance amazingly. He also taught many people sitting Bhangra, as you can see, and was one of the juniors' favorites. We enjoyed our time in CIT and spent a lot of time on the steps and at the tea shop. We also made it look cool as the masked Mavericks. With all this going on, Jawahar still managed to get pretty good grades. His thermodynamics marks, though, still a mystery. That actually made him get the joint award for the best outgoing student. Amazing, isn't it? I can't remember when, but we did make one of those trips to Guruvayur. A lot of very thin, underfed folks in Veshtis. We all had to go topless into the temple. Fair warning, I told you. I was behind the camera, luckily. Talking about being a Tambram, Jawhar was a strict non-vegetarian, along with Sesha, who's the other Tambram. On my Tala Poonal, he actually made me go to SRKP mess so that we could have chicken biryani before we went to his party to change our Poonal and then have her amazing food. Jabbar and Lali both believed in a lot of traditions. This one's my favorite. Offering Trisha her first glass of Old Monk rum when she was ready to drink. Some things will never change. We did meet up a few times after that, but not so often, whether it was Jnani's wedding or many years later in Gulji's house. Whether we met alone or as our whole families, we had fantastic fun and I'm grateful for that. I remember this one. This was a lunar eclipse tradition of drinking Old Monk and eating snacks. It was always great fun to hang out with Jav and the rest of us and relive the memories. We did stay in touch, but as you can see here, mostly through our phones even when we were together. Whether it was the reunion and reliving the good old CIT days on the steps of Marudamalai or Thirumalai, we always had fun talking to each other. Jawar always had a unique smile and a sensational sense of style. He'd read a lot of books and give us a lot of gyan. He was argumentative, but he'd also work so hard, so he would sleep so often. He did have his unique sense of style. Orange is the new Java. Strangely, he wore the shortest of shorts, even for dope. And fair warning, more topless pictures coming up. Do you think Daniel Craig got this idea first? Or was it our very own job? No one can tell. He even looks amazing in a skirt. Does that skirt look familiar? Yes, it does. Many of us call him Bolati. That's the face he makes before he starts Bolating. He's also an incredible friend and someone who's been there for everyone who reaches out. Happy 50th birthday, Damacha. I am so glad that I have a friend in you. And what an amazing accident in 1990 that brought us together. Take care, Da. Miss you lots. And have a fantastic 50th birthday and 50 awesome more years.